I don't even know what microtransaction is.
It's like almost DLC in game. Like, let's say you can purchase a legendary sword for like $5 in game, where you can't earn it anyway else.
What does that have to do with fandom?
Like, as a fan, how do you react to that? What's your view on that?
Well, what fandom are we talking about here?
Just video games.
Yeah,
but
any fandom, really.
I need something to go off of here. You can't just say fandom in general.
No, let's say like
pick your favorite game of all time.
Like Harvest Moon. Say they'd want you to pay $5 for the classic cow.
Yeah.
In game.
Out of your own wallet.
Yeah.
But which Harvest Moon are we talking about?
Let's say, just say for sake of argument, your favorite Harvest Moon.
My favorite? The cows are fine in there.
No, but what if you could only get them through microtransactions?
Only cows in general, or?
Oh my God, you are just overgoing this thing.
Because like
man.
I'm just saying, like the cows in that game were fine.
I am
like,
the Lizard King.
Look out, he's got a knife, and then you turn to the camera, I have a knife.
Hey folks, welcome to another episode of Talking with Tux. Today our subject is going to be fandom, and with me are my distinguished guests, Broku and the Technician.
Hello.
Hey.
So Broku, kick us off. You seem to have an opinion about fandom, so go for it.
Well, fandom is not really necessarily a bad thing. If you're a fan of a TV show or a video game or a cartoon, that's cool, but more often you see people take it to the extreme. Like this one story of a guy, he's an extreme Sonic the Hedgehog fan. You know, after they did the whole redesign with the blue arms, he went ballistic and maced some dude at a GameStop. It was kind of on the news.
Oh yeah, I heard of that, and you know, I agree with you. I mean, fandom and fanaticism just can get out of hand, but personally I think there's an in-between. I'm a casual fan of some things, you know, and in some cases fandom can be based just on look. Like, for me, I've been a big Sonic the Hedgehog fan all my life. One day I was talking to another person like about Sonic the Hedgehog, and I said like, hey, I'm like this huge fan. I said, no, you're not. And he questioned whether I knew the Chaotix. I knew the answer to it, of course, but I couldn't answer him, and I just stood there, and he's like, dude, you're not even a fan. It's like, dude, that, you know, I would have taken it further, but, you know, it's just a moot point, you know. But I'm saying, you know, you don't have to be, like, hardcore knowledgeable, in my opinion, to be a fan. I mean, for Hello Kitty, I mean, look, kids like Hello Kitty, they know nothing about Hello Kitty aside from the fact that she looks cute. So that, I think, proves my point right there, is that you don't really have to be uber knowledgeable. I mean, what's your opinion, Technician?
I'd say the same, actually. Like, you can be a fan of something, like a super fan, and not, that reminds me of Super Friends. Anyway, you could be like a super fan of something and not know too much about it. Like, again, what you said with Hello Kitty. I like Hello Kitty. I like Machaco. Like, do I know more than the fact that, you know, there's merchandise and a little anime on the side? No, I don't. I really don't. If you had asked me to name any of the other characters, I wouldn't know, but I can tell you I like those characters, and they're cute.
But you yourself are a super fan, like, for instance, Clanad, which is one of the greatest animes of all time, if not the greatest, you know?
Definitely.
I mean, there are a set of unspoken rules on it, you know, obviously, which we can't say without going into further detail. But, you know, if someone knocks it, wouldn't that instinct, it's almost like a maternal instinct, I'd like to say, just kicks out of you, you know, and you want to just defend it to the death or just smack the person, you know, that's wrong.
A friend of mine at PCC, she was talking about something on Clanad, and she was talking about, oh yeah, and there were these stars or hearts. And, you know, I kind of cringed, and, like, usually I don't say anything, but, like, that really, like, struck something in me. And I said, it's actually starfish. Starfish. That's what that is. And I was able to feel, like, I do feel strongly towards it, because that's something that I love. And if someone says that a starfish thing is a heart, like, that just makes me cringe, and I'm like, no.
Yeah, but then there's like the little things that will turn a newcomer off to the fandom. Like, for instance, there's like that game Five Nights at Freddy's. You know, a person who's never heard of the game will probably go on Google to look at some screenshots, but the first page you're going to come across is
Rule 34.
Yeah, really creepy, effed up fan art, which immediately just turns you off. That's kind of what takes the piss out of being a fan in a way.
You know, again, it's all about sanity. Where do you divide the line between fandom and sanity? It seems like an oxymoron almost.
I don't know. Like, I didn't really care for the Michael Bay redesign of the Ninja Turtles, but I wasn't throwing bricks at the Bay's car or anything. You know, it's just Hollywood is going to do their thing. We talked about Hollywood remakes and whatnot.
And in its defense, you know, I'm probably going to get this, but for what it's worth, that movie wasn't all that bad. It's pretty decent. I mean, I liked it. I saw it, and it's like, you know, this wasn't as horrible as I thought it was going to be.
I guess, like, fans just have a tendency to be wrapped up in the storm. That's why a lot of us shelled the Bay movies, because we go by reputation and by rumor. We shouldn't judge something by reputation and rumor, but we usually have a habit of doing that.
I guess that's what it comes down to, because, you know, like I said, it goes back to this weird maternal type instinct where you feel like you got to defend to the death anything that's, you know, not the status quo, you know.
Yeah, rose-colored glasses, baby. They talk about rebooting a series, like an old cartoon gets a reboot, and now fans of the old show will be like, oh, this is going to be, but, like, they won't even judge it. They won't even bring themselves.
I mean, I find it half and half, in my opinion. Like, it depends on the reboot and, you know, who's also behind it. If there's someone big, like, let's say I know the producer, you know, not personally per se, but, you know, just I know of his work, like, I'll be like, hey, this guy did some good work, you know. It's always a gamble. It's like playing Russian roulette.
Let's say Josh Whedon were to remake a beloved childhood series into a movie. Would you trust him, or would you?
I gotta say, I'm still half and half on it. I'm a fan of Josh Whedon, no lie. I'm a fan of a lot of his work. I think it has potential. I mean, every project out there, whether it's new or a reboot, has potential. It's how it's handled, and that goes back to what I've been saying. You know, how there's a coming renaissance. I feel it. You know, day in, day out, I feel it in my blood. I think something big is going to happen. Whether it's for ill or for good, you know, I can't say, but something's going to happen. Something's going to change the scene.
Or we could stay the course and end up with sock puppets as entertainment.
Yeah, that's what I'm afraid of, because, you know, if time is one big loop, we're going to just go back to the Stone Age, in a sense.
That's true, then I want to ride naked on a brontosaurus.
Yeah! You want to ride naked on a brontosaurus?
That's always been a lifelong dream.
Did you hear the announcements for new games yesterday?
Oh, baby.
Oh.
It was Final Fantasy VII.
Oh, my God.
Like, I've seen some interesting stuff, and by that I just mean, like, people on Facebook going, oh, it's cool, but, you know, I don't really care. And I'm thinking, yeah, you don't have to be like that, you know, like, it's nice that you get to kind of, like, go back to, like, an old story. Like, it might be kind of a great
story.
Yeah, it might be hyped up to be, like, the greatest thing ever. It's not the greatest thing ever, but it's still nice that they kind of, like, went back and said, hey, you know, bring back the story and make it all HD.
I don't think they're done by any means. They're going to find something new to screw us with.
No, we know what's going to happen. They're going to give us a game. It's going to have a slight fall, and the fans are going to be like, oh, why do they have to
No, they're going to give us exactly what they want, but somehow they'll screw us, be it in-game or the next project. My whole question, and I make this an open question to everyone who's watching this, where do you draw the line in fandom? What personally motivates you as a fan, and how far would you go? For me, when they canceled Mega Man Legends 3, I was about ready to get up in arms, you know, as a fan. But, you know, I'm not willing to hurt anyone. I might write an angry letter or go on a rant on YouTube, you know, but...
what you're doing right now.
Exactly, I mean, but at the end of the day, does your fandom really get you anywhere? I mean, sure, some game companies, they'll cater to the fans. In most cases, they will, but they're not willing to, you know, make that pivotal decision for you. Like, what's going to make you personally satisfied? They're appealing to a mass market. So, I don't know. I hate to say this, but I'm not too sure what it would get me at the long of the run. You know, just not saying that I don't want to be a hardcore fan, but what's it going to get me? Like, are game companies really going to listen to us? Or to me, just individually? Yeah, that's what it is. So, you know, I'll be a fan of something, but, you know... It really depends. I mean, like I said, games and media in general appeal to a mass market. If I'm in that, you know, demographic or category, you know, sure it'll appeal to me, but, you know, how far is it really going to get me? Like, did macing that dude at GameStop get that Sonic fan anywhere, except
No,
for
he got-
5 years in prison?
I think he's gonna get like community service or something, but
Well, that's off. That's getting off with a wrist slap.
plus he's like super banned from the mall. I think I gotta read more into it.
Personally, I hate them all, so I could do. Well,
Hey, you can order from Amazon.
yeah. So I can do without them all. But am I really gonna get myself purposely kicked out?
No.
So that's my question to y'all. How far are you willing to go for
Honestly,
your
I-
beliefs in fandom?
I think at a point, we fans just sort of have to grow up after a point. I mean, like, yeah, they're always going to change something. There's always going to be someone to disagree with. The point is that we have to evolve too. Not only does the industry have to evolve, but us as fans, we have to be more adult about things like this. I mean, I'm a huge Ninja Turtle fan. I was kind of shocked when I killed Donatello off in the comics, but
Wait, what?
they're
Oh,
gonna.
God.
Oh, I'm sorry, spoiler.
Oh God, what have we done?
If I know comics, they'll bring them back in the next episode.
Or different
It's
arcs or dimensions,
but
planets,
back on the point
etc.
of fandom, it's like I'm not too torn up because I know as an adult and I know how comics work. They'll bring them back. Or let's say, what was that? The Watchmen. There could be fans of the character Rorschach, and spoiler alert, he dies, and people will be mad initially reading it, but at one point you can just sort of grow up about it.
No, I agree with you. That's a very poignant point you have there. I do believe that everyone, including fans, do have to evolve because everything's going to change.
Change is kind of it kind of happens,
Whether you wanted to or not. No, I agree with that we should evolve as fans, and this is another great topic for another episode. But yeah, I agree. We all should take a stand on growing up, just changing and evolving. Because mediums will evolve whether we do or not, or whether we want to or not.
Yeah, I'd be like, look at the Transformers movie. People were kind of split, or not split. I think it's more like a 50s, 80s type of situation. A lot of fans hate Michael Bay, and a lot of others are just kids who just want to see robots explode.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah, I used to be like a Bay hater, but now I don't understand what the industry is all about.
Yeah, it is. It's all about money.
About money, man. That's all it's about.
Well, I mean, you guys are talking about money and what have you.
It's like because
and
the
I'm
producers, they
like kind of thinking I thought we were talking about people and their kind of attachments to like these characters.
And that's what it is. We are at the core of it. It's like we as people are attached to it. We don't want to see it change. But when something throws a monkey wrench in our normal routine, it's like we're up in arms. We're about ready to torch someplace.
You know what? Things will change, but the memory will last.
Yeah, that's exactly what
you
it
always
is.
have your memories.
Yeah.
Sometimes memories have a tendency to rose-colored things, but that's the thing. We got memories, nostalgia. Nostalgia isn't a bad thing, but we can't be too attached.
And
to
we
it.
can't. I mean, I agree to a degree. I mean, I think we should be attached as much as we want to. But if it's going to take us that far, I think we need to step back.
You gotta let the new generation get their kicks, because for all we know.
Yeah, and like I said, with reboots, they'll probably go back to what we want eventually.
People are gonna. There's always gonna be adaptations. There's
Right.
always gonna be fans. There's always gonna be a rainbow at the end of the road.
Right.
For me, I kind of stay in one place. Like if I like something in the past, then I kind of keep it in the past. For example, in my mind at all times, Digimon never evolved past a certain point. Tai and Sora are together forever. No second season happened. Nothing happened after that. That was it, in my mind. And the same thing could be said of other things. You're kind of stuck in the past, and that's kind of where you are. You don't have to evolve. Sailor Moon. I'll watch the new series, Sailor Moon Crystal, but in my mind, the true Sailor Moon is the first one, with the bad English dub and what have you.
Yeah, but this newcomer, this new one will be.
This is their crowning moment. This is their defining moment.
I guess it's like the Avatar defense. Hardcore Star Wars fans are gonna be like, "Oh, what is this dreg?" But a little kid seeing this for the first time is gonna be like,
I mean,
Star Wars right here.
well, this is what it's culminating into. Everyone has their moment, that poignant moment, that defining moment as a fan. And, be it the old school or new school, everyone's entitled to it. I mean, what I want to call to everyone is just enjoy your stuff, man.
Yeah,
don't knock it. Enjoy your stuff. If someone's enjoying it, why are you going to ruin it?
Yeah, don't.
Exactly. That's pretty much it. Don't be a
There's
you
things
know?
I like and things I don't like, but I don't want to rub my.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just saying, you know, I think as fans, we should just shut up and enjoy.
Yeah.
I leave you with that. This is a good point to end. So, folks, thank you for catching us on Fandom. If you like us, hit us up on Facebook, Twitter, Tumblr. Leave us a like, leave us a comment, leave us a question. I'll answer it on my next episode. Until then, y'all have a good one. Cheers.